So off we go. Hi, Nate.
Hey, hi, John.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming along.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about sociocracy or collaborative governance or dynamic governance today. So first of all, we need to talk about the names, and I thought it would be nice to know, roughly what it is, so that people can get a brief sense of what it is first.
Well, yeah, the names. I mean, sociocracy is the technically correct name.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the UK, a number of people are calling it collaborative governance, and it is collaborative governance, so that's correct, descriptively correct. In the States, it's called dynamic governance. And the reason they went with dynamic governance is because in the States, anybody starts saying socio-anything. I mean, sociology, people run screaming in fear of Pinko attack, so sociocracy, kind of rule by the socios. What does it mean? It must be socialism. And for those of you who are not living in the United States, you don't know how bad that really is. I'm happy being here in England, where that's actually not an attack word. Socialism.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sociocracy. The history of the name comes out of the 18th century. Actually, Auguste Comte was the first sociologist.
Yeah.
He had this dream of sociocracy as kind of rule by the enlightened technocrats. Scientists would run the world, and of course, this was about the same time as the French Revolution, and
Yeah. I think statistics comes from that too.
Oh,
it's data on the state.
Sure, absolutely,
originally,
absolutely, exactly.
Which enables the technocrats or the clever men to
precisely, and the dream remained alive. In fact, among sociologists, the dream remained alive for 200 years, and in different incarnations over time. So every time you have a new generation of sociologists coming along, somebody will revive this idea of rule by the sociologists, and kind of the Blair government was the most recent iteration of that, where you have people like what's his name, Anthony Giddens, who's kind of Blair's pet sociologist, who said, okay, here's what the science says you've got to do.
Right.
But the problem all the way along is that no matter how sophisticated people's approach has been within sociology, there's the way that sociology has been applied to the state, but also to corporations.
Yeah.
And in its various kind of bastard children of management theory and kind of Taylorist approaches. Which, for those of you who don't know Taylor, it's the idea of people are like machines, and you just need to
study them
and make them do everything to the split second perfectly. Oh my God, the suffering that has brought upon people because people are not machines. The key difference is that for a machine, a clockwork, unidirectional causality applies, which means A leads to B leads to C. You change A, you get a corresponding output in C. In people, in all living systems, A leads to B, leads to C, leads to A.
Yeah.
So if you change any A, B, or C, the other two also change, often in unpredictable ways.
It reminds you of the saying, you can throw a stone, but you can't throw a bird.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Hey, we have a dog.
We have a dog and we have someone at the door.
I see.
I think we better
Let's
pause there.